Today I have a little tip for you how you can easily collect all the accomplishments that are so very needed when you want to present yourself as the candidate of choice when you apply for new positions with new companies in another country. Hello and welcome to my podcast. I'm Michael Kaiser. I work as an international career coach and I help managers and specialists get the job they want with a new employer abroad. Now, as I mentioned before, this is so needed because it's your accomplishments that the hiring managers are mainly interested in. Now, it's not wrong to mention what you did in the past, so your activities, responsibilities, tasks, and so on. But this information by itself is not convincing. The question is what it led to. So the hopefully positive outcome of your work is what they want to hear, because if you can show that if you do or if you did something relevant in terms of the position you are applying for, and you happen to be successful doing that in the past, then people can assume that you are likely to be successful working for the new company in the future as well. So that's the psychology here. So you convince by showing that if you touch something, there will be a positive outcome, and the past is proof of that you have done it before. So people can assume you will be able to repeat that in the future. So it's very important to get together all these achievements, accomplishments, successes, positive results, whatever you want to call them. You need to get together these things in order to then present them wherever it is needed. And it is needed all over the place. You will need it in the networking communication, for example, already. It is extremely important to fill your CV or resume with these accomplishments, because the CV is simply the document that will decide if they will consider your application any further or not. So this is a very critical document. But that's not it, because you will also then need this information about your previous successes when you prepare for and conduct your job interviews. Obviously, this is where you then go into detail and present all of that to the extent that it is showing the other side that they should really give the job to you. But even beyond that, it is very helpful if you can point these things out during your salary negotiation phase, because the more you have to show, the more you can bring to the table and help people see that, the more likely you will get a great salary for that. So wherever you are in your job application process, you will need this kind of information and use that to present yourself as the candidate of choice, basically as the best candidate. So now, how do you get to all the information that is relevant in that context? Obviously, if you're in a rush, then there's no other way than sitting down and trying to remember everything, writing it down, and off you go. This is usually a little complicated because you may be out of touch with all the accomplishments that you achieve on a regular basis, because obviously your workday is focused on your activities, on overcoming problems, on basically doing your job, which is absolutely fine, but you may lose or you may not be in connection with the final end of it, the success that you managed to get done, whatever it was. So you are very process oriented and focused, but not too focused on the outcome, because the moment you have achieved that, you move on and do the next thing. So you may be out of touch with your accomplishments, but you can trust that they are there. Otherwise, you would have been fired already. And so it's about reconnecting with the regular outcome of all your activities, write them down, and then see how you can use them to present yourself best. Now, if you still have time, then there is a very easy way to get together all of that. And that is to not to wait until you need the list of accomplishments. It's actually a good idea to start writing and keep writing it alongside your current job. So whatever is a good frequency for you here, it may be daily, it may be weekly, it may be monthly or quarterly, whatever works for you, you sit down and you remember what you have just accomplished in the previous term, whatever the length is in your particular case. So then you quickly make a note of all the things you accomplished, let's say last week, and in a document that is just for you, so it doesn't have to be fancy. It is just it's just about quickly writing down what it was in order to remember it when you need it for the next presentation. So if you keep doing this, it will not need a lot of time. It's done in a few minutes, and it will give you the full list of all accomplishments over time that will be then very handy when it comes to updating your CV or resume, because the information is there. You then just have to see how you will group together the various elements and how to word them, but you don't have to remember them anymore because you have the list where everything is already to be seen. Yes, so with this little tip, you should find it very easy to compile all the things that will be very, very relevant and helpful for your next job application. And even if you are in a rush and you have to create the first list from scratch and in a very short time, which is a bit more difficult, but then there's no way around it. It's a good idea to not to leave it like that, but to then keep extending it just the way I mentioned over time, because then next time you will need this list, you will have it ready and you won't need to face this kind of difficult situation again where you would have to try to remember things that may have happened a long time ago. So I hope that you will find this tip helpful. If you need help with all of these things, creating this list of accomplishments, creating a great CV or resume, preparing for job interviews and salary negotiations, and so on, networking, whatever it is, I'll be very happy to support you as a professional international career coach. And I know how to do all these things because this is what I do every day. If this is of interest to you, please go to my website. There is this button you can click on to apply for a free, extensive orientation call with me, where we will then analyze your current situation in detail, check what needs to be done, and of course I'll also let you know how I can help you with all of that best. If you are not a member of our LinkedIn groups that I created to help you network with other managers and specialists on the way to their dream job with a new employer abroad, then please join us. there is one group communicating in English, and there's also one for German speakers. And of course, you are invited to join both of them if this is what you want. If you haven't done so, then please subscribe to the channel, leave me a like, leave me a comment. That will also help me to find out what I should speak about next. And don't forget to activate the bell, because in this case you will be informed when I publish my next video here. That's it for today. As always, I would like to wish you the very best for your job search abroad, and I'll be back here with another video very soon.